before I forget, I came across an Ask Men article the other day, and I was like, wow, I forgot that was the thing.
Welcome to the Game Over Greggy show.
Are we starting the show?
Yes. I want to hear
what show?
This the Game Over Greggy show.
Yeah, Kind of Funny podcast is what we're watching.
Fucking
I know. I almost did it every time. Every time you ask me to host, I'm like, cool. How does the room roll again?
4,
What's up, everybody?
Sometimes 5.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast. It just rolls off when it's Game Over Greggy show. Let's turn it back to it when he's not here, and then when he comes back, we'll be like, oh, you missed it. It was like a renaissance. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, the Kind of Funny podcast is a place where 3, sometimes 4 best friends gather on this table, each bringing topics for your amusement. If you want to support this show and you wanted to watch that amazing pre-show that we did today, you can go over to patreon.com/kindoffunny and back us at any of those tiers. Any amount of money counts, and it helps a lot, even if it's just $1. What does $1 get you? Well, it gets you our undying love, but it also helps keep the lights on. It keeps Andy employed. It keeps Kevin eating that sweet, sweet corn pizza. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you got to watch the pre-show. Be a patron. Of course, if you don't have any bucks to spend, it's no big deal. You can go over to youtube.com/kindoffunny and just subscribe and watch our content. Like last week's episode of KFAF, which for some reason is at only 13,000 views.
What's going on, guys?
What the hell's happening? That's what the hell's happening. Go watch it, because guess what? I may or may not have carved Kevin's face into a pumpkin, and it may or may not be amazeballs.
2 weeks ago, when you did the Princess Leia at the door thing, I've never heard you make that voice before. And for some reason, it gets stuck in my head. It makes me laugh.
Funny.
I don't know why I did it right there.
He just opened the door. He was like, hello, sir. I was like, are you what? I was like, are you fucking Oliver Twist? What's happening? Before I forget, so to dial it back to the film topic,
B&E.
I went to the Barnes & Noble. First off, still kicking. Love it.
Yeah.
Second off, walk in. Every magazine you can ever want, including the American Cinematographer magazine, which I stopped subscribing to because they started piling up, and I'm like, I don't read. But the back of the magazine had an ad for Kodak film stock, and it was trying to extol the virtues of shooting on film. And this was their argument for why you should shoot on film. They said it's your production will be faster and more efficient because shooting on film is harder, and it forces you to be more efficient.
Great.
And I was like, they're like, the problem is most people now, because digital video is like, doesn't cost anything really, except for it does cost you something because you have to have like backup, like hard drives and all that stuff. Digital video is not economical when it comes to shooting because you can just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. Film forces you to be economical. That's why you should shoot on film. Great. I was like, Kodak, that is a last-ditch effort right there, buddy.
Man. You all
it is just not working out.
That's how there's that sort of argument that's being made about when we were using erasers on pencils back in the day. They would say, like, if you force your kids or force people to use pencils without erasers, they make less mistakes because they don't have that. They don't fall back to knowing that they can make a mistake.
Yeah, unless you look at every single essay I ever wrote in college on those little blue notepads, the little ones they give you. Yeah. That is the first page is everything's just scratched out. You know how they're like just put one line through. I'm like, no.
This thing
I hate writing in pen.
If I don't rip a hole in this paper, it's not.
It's done. It's done. God.
Shout out to our Patreon producer.
Kieran O'Donnell,
by the way.
That's right.
Just wanted to make sure.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, thank you for that. I had this
KOD.
literally right in front of me, and I totally forgot it.
But Nick, before you were talking about the film, as we went in the show, but you also brought up Ask Men, which is why I started the show there. Yep. What is the question? What is the story there?
Christina Ricci. I don't know why. I got an article. I got it because here's the deal. I watched. This is the rabbit hole.
What's the question? Christina Ricci.
It was Ask Men was like. Remember, Ask Men was like it was like a Maxim style website. Remember that? IGN used to own them.
Yeah.
Or they used to be owned by like
Fox.
I think bought them all. Ziff Davis bought it all. Anyway, but it was like it was like a top 10 list of like good-looking actresses that were like scream queens or whatever it was, or in that genre. And I stumbled upon it because I was watching Addams Family Values, and I was like, fucking shout out to Christina Ricci. She's awesome in that movie. The Wednesday character is so fun to watch. And then I was like, what the fuck's happened to her? And then I think it ended up being like, it's one of those things where it's like her and her husband. I was like, oh, I did not know she's married. So I started reading about him, and then it got me to an Ask Men article, and I was like, Ask Men's still kicking. The servers are still on over there.
Ask Men is the Cosmo geared towards men, right?
Is it still a thing though?
Yeah, dude. Like, here's the thing. As long as there are 13-year-old boys that don't know how to kiss and are Googling how to kiss, that site's going to exist.
They're like, oh, my
my
peen got hard. Is that normal?
I don't
Ask
think
Men.
nobody does that.
My peen got hard. My peen's broken.
What's scary is when he does this, I imagine like a 13-year-old Nick being like, oh, my peen's hard. Oh,
do I ask my mom or do I ask men?
What is wrong with you?
You guys ever think about the fact that there's probably 13-year-olds listening to this show right now?
No, there's no
No,
way.
God, no.
There's got to be one or two.
There's not a
Every
chance.
once in a while, there's a
younger kid that listens to this. And this is we are forming that kid's reality right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really scary.
There's a young kid who saw Greg host the Apex thing for E3 and was like, oh, let me see what this guy's up to. And then it's just our bullshit. It's just our bullshit that they stumble upon.
They're like,
I feel bad for him.
They're like, wow, this guy's really professional. I'd really like to hear more of his perspective. And then it comes like, my peen is hard.
That's the funniest thing is Greg Miller, when he takes games seriously.
So
and
good.
He does his interviews.
He's the
and
best
stuff.
there ever was.
Like, remember when we were in Toronto and he was doing the interviews with, like, I don't even know who the fuck everyone was.
He did a bunch of interviews.
He did a whole bunch of shit.
The local developer interviews.
You know,
that he
there's
did,
like Cappy Games and all that stuff.
right.
But in addition to that, like, there was other people he was interviewing. He was like super professional. And then to get to our panel, and it's just me, Andy, and Greg up there. Like, I mean, dude, just do the math. Like, figure out what we were talking about, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually
That's how it
nothing.
goes. No,
my,
I know.
my favorite thing about us doing panels places is you can really just take us, put us anywhere, and all we're gonna do is talk shit about the place.
Yeah.
Like,
or the person that's not there.
There should be a countdown. Oh, that too. But there should be a countdown of by the time we're on stage, like how long does it take for us to talk shit or like just make really vague references that don't make sense to anybody. But like it's like we're in Canada, we're like, oh, let's talk about hockey, I guess, and syrup. And it's just like we're so lowest common denominator with
So
everything.
lately, what I've noticed we've been doing on panels is that if the panel's the second or third day, whatever that we did the first 2 days is what we end up talking about. Like, we got really drunk last night. Let's talk about that on
it's
Sunday.
fun, man.
It was
Or
fun.
just making fun of people in the
are,
audience.
Yeah, because those stories are, I thought entertaining. I thought people would want to hear
Oh,
them.
definitely.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. If we go to a Benihana with James and Elise Willems, some good's going to come
We're
out
spilling
of
the
that.
secrets.
Some's going to come out of that. And then the topic of Fran Mirabella comes up, done. That's a
Oh,
solid
here we
hour
go.
right
We got
there.
the fucking Fran show. Did you guys watch Arizona Circle yet?
Yes.
I asked you, Andy.
Yes.
I have not. I saw Andy watching it. I forgot.
You got to watch it.
Is it?
It is, I would say, equally as good as the pilot was.
What I'm blown away by is and this is not a knock against Netflix movies, but like I've seen a lot of Netflix movies that pop up that just don't look good. Like visually, I'm like, dude, this was a rushed production. I saw like a couple frames of Arizona Circle. I'm like, fuck, dude, they're really good.
Yeah.
Like, this show looks pro.
Every once in a while, there'll be moments it's like, oh, okay, this is an internet production. But like the fact that our friends made this thing, it's so on a different level than anything that we've ever even come close to being around.
I know it's weird because you think like back in the day, there was shows like In Living Color where I would see that and go, wow, that is a crazy, cool concept, like a sketch comedy show that's way beyond what I'll think I'll ever be able to or me or any of my friends will ever be able to do. And it is. But Arizona Circle is the first thing I've seen in our group of friends that comes close to being something like that.
I think that it really succeeds at it, man. Like if there was like 5 sketches, I would say 4 of them are really funny, and then one of them is kind of varying by taste. And I feel like everyone would be able to find the one they're like, that wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But there's one, Nick, that you're gonna freaking die. Blaine's in a fat suit.
That's my favorite one.
I saw him.
God
tweet,
damn.
I saw him Instagram a picture out of the fat head and his jacked ass body. And you know, here's what I'll say to this. I'll say this with as much love and with as much respect for Blaine as humanly possible because I love him. He's been nothing but nice to me. He can go fuck himself with that body. He is so jacked.
Yeah, it's too jacked.
It's too much. Stop.
Too much.
That was probably my favorite sketch, and it just kind of harkened back to a lot of the, I think, physical comedy we don't see a lot of
Bring
anymore.
that up for the audience.
I'm sorry, this just looks photoshopped. Go fuck yourself.
It really does look
Fuck you,
photoshopped.
dude.
Like,
yeah, it harkens back
And
to
I like Blaine a lot.
the
One of the
like
nicest people.
his abs look more fake than his fat face.
And again, we say this with nothing but love because Blaine is legitimately one of the nicest and kindest and most respectful of human beings.
And so
but
fucking
fuck
talented,
you,
man.
But fuck you, Blaine.
His like character work is on another level.
Yeah.
It's so impressive.
It was really, really funny. But I do like.
Is it? It's
You
not, is
can
it
tell-
windowed behind
It's on first.
Yeah,
First?
it's on RT first. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
gotta
you
check
can
it
tell like who wrote certain sketches based
Absolutely.
on like their comedic stylings, you know.
Well-
and what I'm excited about is Elise was like, "Oh yeah, this was like I think one of the weaker episodes." Like
Yeah.
I'm excited for the future was, but it's still always. I love
They need to put that shit
I love the
on.
whole through line. I love that it's all like kind of after a sketch they bring it back into the longer sketch that is kind of running through the whole show. I think that's super creative.
I don't know if it's something that I'm seeing, obviously, or if it's just if it's a shift in the industry. But like sketch comedy seems like it's coming back in a good way.
I don't know that it's gonna come back. I think it's more that
there's a lot of sketch comedy out now, which is weird.
I don't know. There's a lot. I think that because it's rare. It's hitting different.
Yeah,
people giving it a shot because they're like, oh, we don't get this every other week.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting to see the trends. We were talking on Screencast this morning about how there was an article that said Netflix is paring back their bigger Netflix specials in lieu of doing more like the stand-ups, where they're going to do more like unknown comics because it's cheaper and also easier to produce. And then they're also looking for like more sketch comedy stuff. So it's interesting.
Yeah,
but
you should watch it though.
I'm definitely going to.
Yeah,
definitely. Thank you for reminding
everyone.
me.
You guys all should. If you're a RT First subscriber, check out Arizona Circle. And if you're not, it's worth the trial to watch it because this shit's really good.
And it's funny too because like I mean I've only seen the pilot episode, but what I like about it is obviously like I am probably the least Rooster Teeth fan person in this office. Like I shouldn't say fan because I'm a fan of all those people that we work with, but I'm the person that probably has consumed their content least and don't get the inside jokes. And what I like about Arizona Circle is it's like someone wrote it for me. It's specific sketches, specifically the one where she plays, or it's the Silence of the Life sketch, which is fucking hilarious.
It reminds you a lot of like something I would watch on Adult Swim. Like it reminds you of like Children's Hospital.
I feel like this is. I know this is an antiquated way of thinking, but I feel like if it were on Netflix, it would be something that a lot of people in the mainstream talk about.
I don't know.
It's weird enough.
It's really good.
It's just weird enough that I think it would like. But that's the question. Like, what? Why wouldn't it be? Why is that any different than any Netflix produced thing that's like Broad City or something like that?
What was the other? I mean, it's not on the level of Broad City. Like Broad City is brilliant. What's the?
Sorry to bother you. No,
it's like that.
Sorry to bother you.
No, sorry to bother you.
That's the movie, but it's like that.
Movie.
What is
the
it
show
called? Like something with.
I'm gonna ask you to leave now.
Yeah.
I think you should leave now.
I think you should leave
now.
Yeah.
God, that was so good.
But see, I feel like it could be something like that.
I feel like it's on the track for that, but that has an X factor of just being fucking weird and like not giving a shit and having its vibe be pure Adult Swim, whereas this I feel like still has the kind of like more of a modern twist to it.
Interesting.
SNL sort of Mad TV character, shit. We just don't see it a lot anymore.
We don't see enough of the character shit. And I feel like that's what Arizona Circle does really well, is like build these characters where it is the Funhouse and some RT people, and like they each have their own personalities that go throughout the different stories, like over exaggerated versions of themselves. But then they also play these ridiculous, over the top, pure characters like what was Blaine's character called?
Rascal something, because he rides a little rascal scooter. I think it was like Sergeant Rascal, or I forgot what the fuck it was called.
It's great.
It's very, very funny.
So fucking good. Guys, check it out.
God bless him, man. I mean, what is I guess SNL really is the only sketch comedy that's like still super popular, right? Are there any other bigger shows like that are still on that I don't know about?
I mean, is Mad TV still going? We just don't know.
Mad TV's gone.
I feel like Mad TV is like Circuit City, where it's still going somewhere. We just don't know where.
HBO just launched one that I know is a sketch comedy show, but I can't think of anything else that's like it. Yeah. There's like a
HBO, huh?
Yeah, HBO has one, but I can't think of any others.
We recently had Bob Odenkirk and what's his face?
David Cross?
David Cross. They had that special come to Netflix.
It was a redo of their old show, right?
Yeah. Bob and Dave, whatever the hell.
It was, yeah, Black Lady sketch show, yeah. So that's the HBO show.
Was it any good?
I haven't watched it yet. I watched one episode. I laughed or one segment of it. I thought it was pretty funny. But I've never been, since like those days, I've never really gotten drawn to sketch comedy. It has to be something really, really, really funny, or something that like my brother sends to me and beats me over the head until I watch, which he did this weekend, and I finally gave up and watched it, and I laughed, and you guys would, of course, I'd laugh at this. Andy, you would roll your eyes so fucking hard at this skit. SNL did a skit.
Oh, the League of Legends one.
Did you watch it?
I thought it was funny.
It was fucking hilarious.
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw the clip, and I know that like, cynical Twitter's first thing to be like, oh God, it's Saturday Night Live making fun of video
League
games.
of Legends,
like,
right? Yeah.
How dare, we're on such a high pedestal as gamers. I thought it was funny, dude.
It's funny because it starts by making fun of League of Legends and like how people cover those games. And the trope is that they lost their it's two guys that know League of Legends and they're like reporting on it. And the set's so fucking bad and cheesy that it's perfect. And they're throwing to an anchor that's live at the League of Legends or World Championship, whatever it is. But they couldn't get their normal anchor because he was sick. So they got a guy that usually covers the Knicks and he has no fucking idea what's going on. And so of course he makes fun of it until he realizes that the winner is like still balling out, making $7 million and still gets to live the life of sports. And so it turns it on its side. That's the commentary.
It's Chance the Rapper, but they've done this bit.
Was that Chance?
Yeah.
That's who that was.
They've done this bit before.
This
They've done the bit before where they're commenting on something and they go to him and he's always like fish out of water. I have no idea what I'm doing here. But
is it always Chance or is it someone else?
It was Chance last time as well.
That's awesome.
I forgot what the exact
was he
skit
hosting?
was. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
he must have been, right?
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious if they just got Chance on, like they get Justin Timberlake on every once in a while.
The thing is, he's great. I love how good of an actor he is. But yeah, it's just so great to cut to him and like. So what did you see in this play when the whatevers couldn't defend the whatever thing? And he's like, I don't know, man. I didn't notice.
They're like, oh my. They're like, so let's take a look at this clip right here. Oh my God, they're going to level 5 surgeons with only 2 paladins. Isn't that crazy? And they cut to him. He goes, I don't know what the hell you just said. I don't know what's going on, but it's very well.
It reminds me of the SNL sketch where Chris Farley is on the Japanese game show. and he's the only English speaker on the Japanese game show. And it's Mike Myers like as the host, like speaking in Japanese or whatever. And they cut to him, he's like, I am not supposed to be here. See, when my wife asked me if I wanted to go to a game show, I didn't know I'd be on the game show. And they end up like cutting his hand off as one of the, or like it's such a genius sketch because they go to all the first 2 contestants and they fail their questions. They're like, all right, punishment time or whatever, but it's all like in their like fake Japanese or whatever, and they cut their hands off, and Chris Farley's like, oh my God.
Oh God, bless him. Oh,
Kwaki Serpi Niku? And they're like, oh, no. Kwaki Serpi Piku. And he's like, like he's just trying to guess Japanese. And he was 1 syllable off. It's so good, man. It's so goddamn genius.
God bless it. So anyway, shout out to Christina Ricci.
Oh, yeah. What was that all about?
It's just living her best life, man. The Reach. Married.
The Reach.
I had a crush on her back in the day.
Yeah, I always confused her and Anna Faris. I know I shouldn't.
Totally
different generations.
Absolutely shouldn't.
Totally different people.
Yeah.
Christina Ricci is obviously like.
I mean, they're different.
Like I feel like
totally
Christina
different
Ricci
generations.
Famous when she was younger.
Yeah, but I think of like Christina Ricci, like Addams Family, and then The Craft. Was she in The Craft?
No.
Am I making that up?
No.
I think I already made this mistake.
She was in Black Snake Moan was like one of the last big things she was in.
But I just think of like Anna Faris. I think of Anna Faris more of like
Scary Movie.
Scary Movie, like Andy going through puberty, where Addams Family was more of a
little kid.
I was a kid.
But see, my thing is, it makes sense growing up because I always thought that Christina Ricci was in Casper as a little kid, and then she was in Scary Movie.
She is. I think she is very similar to my age. I think she's only like a month younger than me.
Christina Ricci?
Yeah.
No way.
I think she was born in 80.
She looks so good for her
Which
age.
is crazy because I was like, wow. But you know, Kevin, they have a lot of money in Hollywood. They can do stuff.
No, sure, that's what it is.
Do you think like?
I didn't mean that.
I feel like we're stumbling upon a 3-person Pokemon evolution because it's Christina Ricci, right, and then it's Anna Faris from Scary Movie, and then third it's what's her face, the girl with the black hair from the Bee from Apartment 33.
Kristen Ritter?
Kristen Ritter, yeah.
Oh,
I feel like
no, you're right.
we have like an evolutionary thing happening here.
I didn't know who the hell Kristen Ritter was until Jessica
Breaking
Jones.
Bad.
I was like, oh, that's because I don't remember her being. She was Jesse Pinkman's like girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I missed that season.
What?
Yeah, there was a lot of Breaking Bad that I go back and look at. I'm like, did I skip a whole season of Breaking Bad? It's still good, but like,
Still good.
But like I see that, I was like, I don't remember that. People be like, oh, and then she dies or whatever, and he gets really mad. I was like, I remember him being sad, but I don't remember her ever dying.
Yeah, she overdoses and Walt is in the room and he could prevent her from or she's choking, she's vomiting in her sleep because her and Jesse are both fucking zonked out.
Last high.
And she's on her back and she starts vomiting and she's choking and Walt is like freaking out because he breaks in and he's gonna save her, but then he's like, but if I save her, all this bad shit will continue. I
Yeah.
could just let her die here, and he fucking lets her choke to death.
He should have killed Jesse too.
What a fucking.
If he'd have killed Jesse, his life, he'd still be balling out. He would have died. But
And then at the very, very end, Jesse's being taken away by the neo-Nazis, and he's like, Jesse, I saw Jane die. I let it happen. Oh my God, what a dick. Oh, it's such a good moment, dude. Such a mean moment, dude.
Mean.
He's a mean guy.
The other Pokemon evolution that I always think of is Sarah Hyland,
Okay.
Selena Gomez,
Oh, okay.
Vanessa Hudgens.
See, Vanessa Hudgens, I have trouble putting her in that category just because I think Highland and Selena Gomez are like spot on. Hudgens, I'm having trouble.
So wait, you're saying that one starts
Maybe
the
like
base
a
level,
mega
then it's like the next
Charmander,
level.
Charmeleon, Charizard.
I don't think that Kristen Ritter is the at the top of that pipeline for the last one. I just wanted to render a little objection to that one. I just want you to know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I think Anna Faris is a bigger star.
I wasn't
than Kristen
saying
Ritter.
that that was
it's
the
not about
order.
stardom. It's about like just
Like looks.
Looks.
I meant more of like looks.
Oh, like how
Yeah.
they've evolved?
Yeah.
Is there good or bad?
I
Are we
think
just saying
Kristen
like they
Ritter's
kind of
not-
look
yeah,
like each
it's not
other? I'm
good or
confused
bad.
by what a Pokemon evolution does. I know they got more powerful as they evolved.
Let me throw more out there. You know how you can do the mega evolutions?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Mega X, Mega Y. The X and Y of that would be Felicity Jones and
I love Felicity
the
Jones.
500
Rogue
Days
One.
of Summer Girl.
Oh.
Oh God, Zoe
Deschanel.
Deschanel.
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel is just that's great.
It's just, yeah.
Celebrity
She was a minute.
evolutions. I'm going to type it in right now.
I don't think it's a thing, Andy. I think you just
No,
made it.
no.
No,
Definitely
this is
is, dude.
100%.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
All right, Kevin, can you just Google this? Can you just Google it
On it,
yourself?
on it.
Because like
Oh,
the
here
first
we
result
go.
that pops up, and I'm like, all right, that's pretty good.
Joey.
Why are you pulling Joey?
God, I need some Jergens.
Some Jergens?
My hands are so dry right
What
now.
is
Toronto made my hands so dry, and now they just
Dude,
I can't get
see,
them not dry.
here's a
Guys,
celebrity
here's one of the
evolution.
things that I hate
Oh, this
talking
is
about. I hate
great.
talking about this stuff on the show, and we do it way too often.
Joey,
but I need to
Jergens.
say this. Nick's been dry all day, and every single comment he makes is about how dry he is, including we're walking down the street. He's like, "Yeah, it's really dry." I'm like, "Yeah, it's been drying my eyes out."
Mm-hmm.
And his response to me saying, "It's been drying my eyes out," is him goes, "Yeah, man, made me poop different."
My poop was dry today. It comes out gummy.
All right. Let's move over
Could
to
you
this.
could you bring me two things? One, the Jergens, and two, a cup of ice with more CZ. Yeah, my hands are so dry, Joe. Look at this. Look how Joe. Look how seriously like scaly dry.
Do you have fucking diaper rash too?
I can't think when my hands hurt. I don't know. Look, you want to look? The lotion's in the. It puts the lotion on its skin. It's in the
course he had to say
medical
that.
cabinet, the medicine cabinet. You're the best, Joe.
Joey, can I get a squirt of that before you get to that?
God.
Oh, you
damn.
want the Jergens now too? You were making
Well,
fun of me,
I
but
mean-
how
All right,
good would it
Kev.
feel like to
I
have the
wasn't-
Jergens?
Bring this up, please. Damn.
A good one.
Damn, that's good.
amazing.
This is pretty good. So this is Jonah Hill into Seth Rogen into Zach Galifianakis.
Oh my God, the fucking Jesse
Why don't
Eisenberg.
you just focus on the one we're looking at, and then we can move on?
Because look at the
Where
Michael
is it?
Cera, Jesse Eisenberg, Adam Samberg one.
Yeah, it's
that's
a good one.
Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
That's
See,
genius.
these are celebrity Poke evolutions.
If you let me look at this. Do you think Andy Samberg gets like way more girls than the other two? Like you think he gets like?
That's part of his power,
Yeah, he's like way sexier.
This one, I don't love
I
Topher
love
Grace
this.
being in the middle.
Yeah, I love the beginning and end though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Topher Grace and McLovin equals Ed Helm.
Oh my God, the
Oh,
Harry Potter
This
one.
is a good one.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter one is
Yeah.
insane on the far left, Kevin.
Harry
Gabe
Potter
Newell
on the
and
far
fucking
left.
John Lennon.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you,
What are
Joe.
you
Thank you,
seeing
Joe.
there?
The black and white one.
I'm
Kevin.
hosting today, as you know,
Two
so I
up.
appreciate that.
Oh.
Oh my God.
This is so weird.
Oh,
Damn,
poor
dude.
Gabe Newell.
Kev, go up to the Michael Jackson one.
Hold on. I like this.
Keanu plus Keanu equals Keanu.
Yeah, that's great.
Young Keanu plus
Oh
no,
wait,
yeah,
I
that's
feel like
fucking
this
hilarious.
is perfect too.
Who is Alexis
No
Bledel.
idea, no
Bledel.
idea, but they all look alike.
Alexis Bledel is
Gossip
from
Girl.
Gossip.
No,
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
Katy Perry. But yeah, the Michael Jackson one's fucked up.
Which one's Michael Jackson? Oh yeah,
Those Pokemon don't even evolve into each other.
that's so
Wait,
funny.
these two though.
No, but
do,
those-
right?
the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
two
yeah.
don't.
Jergens.
That's really funny. That's really funny. So that's a Poke evolution right there, Nick.
That's
Do you feel?
This
do you
is,
feel?
let me
educated
see
now?
that one, Kath. Let me see the one with Conan O'Brien. Ron plus Conan O'Brien equals Louis C.K. That's fucked up.
I think. I don't agree with the Lucy K one. I think it
Yeah.
needs to be someone with a lot more
Okay,
hair.
this
Wow.
one wins.
This one is
fucking wins.
great.
Vin Diesel as
Diglett.
Diglett, and then 3 Vin Diesels as Doug Trio.
That's so good.
Fuck yeah, man.
That's a poke evolution right there.
This
Nick.
is fun.
Yeah, man.
This is a Chloe Moretz plus Hayden Panettiere. No, that doesn't work.
It's not a plus.
Evolves into hit.
into-
Yeah, I get it,
yeah.
but that doesn't. No, I'm sorry. Charlize is.
Yeah.
I
can see the
I can
bottom
see
two.
it. I feel like it should have started with Hayden though. Like I feel like she's the base one.
I see what you're saying.
Because
Yeah.
Chloe Grace Moretz is still crushing the fucking game right now.
Yeah, but I think you're missing the point, Nick.
It's just kind of what they look like, you know? Like, John Lennon, for example, was in the middle
straight
evolution.
off of fucking the way people look. How dare you? What are you, a fucking man 1.0?
Yeah, we are.
How dare you?
Okay, can you go down to the Vulpix and
Can we see
Ninetales
the
one?
Neil Patrick
on the
Harris
right?
one too?
Oh my god! All right, 1 second. On the right.
Vulpix, Ninetales, right. Yeah, left.
Okay, so I wasn't even looking in this.
Yeah.
field.
Click it. Oh, Sarah Hyland. Oh, wait, fuck. I was fucking up. Mila Kunis was the top, not Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then that works.
So Sarah Hyland, Selena Gomez, and then Mila Kunis.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I
that's
misspoke.
it's a great trio right there. Mm-hmm. I had such a crush on Sarah Hyland when I was a kid, watching Americans Got Talent. What's it called?
I love
Modern Family.
watching Americans Got Talent.
Yeah, I love
Americans Got Talent.
it. You know she's engaged now?
I knew it was wrong.
Who is that?
Sarah Hyland.
Sarah Hyland's engaged?
Sarah Hyland is
who?
engaged to a Bachelor reject.
Wow.
She's a fan of The Bachelor, and they met.
Whoa.
She's my favorite person.
I
on
want to
The
give a
Bachelor.
shout out to the redhead from
is
Mad
great.
Men, who is at the top of every single one of them. Christina Hendricks.
Christina Hendricks,
There's,
yeah.
As we scroll down, there's like 5 of them that just end with her.
She is 100% the top.
She's
of that.
the
Yeah.
fucking top dog when it comes to these evolutions. These are so fun. This is a good episode. Fuck Greg.
There's some
So that's
people see what I'm
so that's
seeing.
Selena Gomez, Vanessa Hudgens, and then Mila Kunis.
That's it. You nailed it.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. I see what you're saying. I think I
But
get
you
the
gotta
game
add
now.
Sarah
guys.
Hyland in there somewhere.
I think I get the game now. No, you don't. I don't know who that girl is.
Sarah Hyland.
She has no fucking.
Modern Family. Americans Got Talent.
Wait, is she the young daughter that kind of
She's
grew
the
up?
old daughter.
She grew up though.
That's Ariel.
All those
Okay, yeah, Aaron-
Americans Got Talent.
I feel like Aaron Winters used to be at the top of everyone's
Ariel.
list. Ariel Winters, is that her
Yeah.
name? Mm-hmm. Ariel something. Ariel photo. All right.
Oh, so why?
Here, give me some Jergens. Yeah.
Oh, you made fun of the Jergens.
Wait, I didn't get any Jergens.
I've got all the Jergens.
Fuck, you guys are all monsters.
And Nick's, I hadn't noticed till Nick talked about it. My hands are really dry.
I just put a lot of Jergens on Tim's hands.
There is nothing I hate more than lotion.
Yeah, I know you do.
Dude,
You don't like
I
lotion.
fucking hate. I hate how greasy it makes me
stays
feel.
forever.
This is so nasty.
Kevin,
I
can you
hate
come
how
take
Kevin, come
Can
get
Can
me
you
it
come take the
is.
lotion off of Tim's hands, please?
No.
Kevin, it takes the lotion off its
I
skin,
hate it.
or else it gets the hose
Spread
again.
everywhere.
It's like sand. It's so
I put
coarse.
so much on there.
Yeah,
dude, I
dude,
put it
this
up.
sucks. No,
Dude, this
go
stuff is
away.
just-
Lubriderm, true. It's all.
Oh, I thought it was Jergens. Why did I think it was? Oh, you know why? Because I used to have a bottle of Jergens that someone gave me after they got laid off at IGN. And Ryan Clements,
What
when
a
they got
weird
laid
parting
off,
gift.
he gave me the Jergens. I used to steal his Jergens all the time. He used to always like methodically, because he'd wash his hands so much, because he was like kind of a germaphobe. He would do that, and then he would come over and use the Jergens. And then when my hands
Say
would get dry,
Jergens one more goddamn time.
I would smoke. And then when he left, literally when he got laid off, he was like, Nick, I'm giving this to you. And he gave me his bottle of Jergens.
Wow.
And then me and Greg used it. And I said, Greg, you know this is kind of sad because you are the one that laid him off. And he's like,
It's not his fault.
he had to deliver the news, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What would it take you guys to be in a fake internet celebrity boxing tournament?
Oh, fucking easily. I'd do it in a second.
Yeah.
Boxing or MMA?
Boxing.
Can I grapple?
No, boxing.
Can I take him to the ground?
No,
Then I
boxing.
wouldn't do it, no. I don't want to get punched in the head.
Who was it against? Who would it be against?
A fake celebrity boxing tournament? I mean, clearly Hungry Eyes. Yeah.
Hungry Eyes. I just like I keep
Like
like
Chad McElmurray.
whenever my parents
I'd fuck him up, too.
Whenever my dad will like what a callback. What a callback. Whenever I'll always like stumble upon a fucking image of Logan Paul boxing.
Oh yeah.
He's a big dude, though.
But I just like
He'll fuck us up.
and I just wonder like what is he still doing that? Because I remember that
Yeah.
one fight happened.
Yeah, they made
Three
so
of them?
much
A lot of
money.
money.
So they're
Who
like,
was
"We're
it? It
gonna
was
keep
originally
doing
supposed to be against someone, and that guy dropped out, and then it was someone else that he actually ended up boxing, right?
this." No, it was him. It was Logan Paul versus KSI.
Is that what it was? Maybe I'm
KSI,
thinking
I
something.
hate that name because it sounds like a gaming org.
Yeah,
It
does.
sounds, like, it sounds like a
they make
peripheral that
keyboards.
breaks.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like
That breaks.
You know what I mean? Like a Mad Catz thing. You're like,
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
going to last for longer than a week.
Wait, you wouldn't take on Andy Serkis?
Me and Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
Andy Serkis
he's
would fuck
Andy
you up.
Serkis
fit,
would
bro.
destroy me.
Oh my god, dude! He's
Kevin,
always on
he
his
ha-
fucking all fours and shit, like walking on his. When
He has
you
primate
never,
strength,
Never
Kevin.
box a man that walks around on his fucking arms,
But what
like
if
on
you,
his hands and
what,
arms.
what if you could? What if it's UFC, not boxing?
Oh, I'll take him on. Unless he's,
But he's on all
unless he's been
fours.
training.
He's used to that shit.
Yeah,
That's
but he doesn't know what to do with that.
He's
His
used
bad
to that
shows
shit.
his ass out.
What would it take you to box him, like money-wise?
To box Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
Give me some figures. What's going on?
Every time
What are we
he
thinking?
lands a punch on your face,
Here's what I'll do.
$5,000.
Wait,
Every time he
but
punches my face?
That's not how boxing
No, that's not. I don't know if you know how sports work. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll do. I'll do it for no money. If I lose, we'll pay him the purse.
He
can get
retires.
he can get the $500,000. If I win, he never makes a fucking movie ever again.
Jesus.
How's that
why?
work? No more goddamn.
As if he's a blight
Oh, okay,
on
I'll say it.
cinema.
I'll
or
say this.
something.
He can make a movie, but he can't appear at the Academy Awards anymore. They have to just do away with whatever category he keeps getting put into. Which I think is best actor or best supporting actor. It's done. He can't do it anymore.
Why are you so jealous of it?
I hate it because I don't like people who are talented. It makes me jealous.
So wait, what's your answer?
I do it for a mill.
I don't. Well, like, I guess my mind went more to like, how many punches would you take for money?
Yeah, which is a very different question. Because honestly, would I do the boxing thing? Absolutely not. Would I take punches for money? Probably.
I think it'd be the
How much are we
opposite.
talking about here?
I don't know.
What if we do a KF prom too? You stand in line.
What do you think the smallest amount is? Remember, Extra Life right around the corner.
To take a punch?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't want to be
boxing
eating
punch?
punches. You don't want to do that.
Not on
you
your
want
face.
you want to get paid for the box. Here's what your strategy needs to be. How many rounds? Let's say 3 rounds. You want to get paid per round, and then you want to evade. You don't want to get paid to get punched because then it's going to incentivize you to eat punches, and you're going to come away with like a severe headache or
I got
whatchamacallit,
money today for it though.
head injury. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
like,
but that shit lasts forever.
life-changing.
This leads into a very, very good question.
Yeah.
actually. From
Well, let's ask some men.
Patreon supporter. Give me 1 second to find the
Give me
question.
1 second to find the
Can we change this
Oh.
segment into Ask Men?
M. Frit writes in and says, "How would you fight your doppelganger?"
dirty. We would fight dirty
Oh
very
God,
quick.
I would pay so much fucking money to watch Kevin rip Kevin apart.
Me
Honest to God,
Me too.
I would pay so much money to watch 2 of my clones fighting each other.
No, one of you has
that
to
would
die.
be fucking gruesome.
I would
Eyes
give
are getting ripped off.
a good amount of my life savings if both of them accidentally died.
Yeah,
Like if they both ended up killing each other, I'd be fine with it.
I feel like there's a good chance that happens.
Oh God, yes. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna fight. And you're like, oh, this is actually a pretty good fight, and then both of them are gonna slip and fall, and that's gonna be it.
Both broken necks.
And they're gonna go like, as on the way down, they're both gonna go, oh, should have wore shoes, and then they're gonna smash on the ground.
Slip and fall and immediately bounce up and continue going. You slip and fall, you're down for a month.
You were complaining about your tailbone hurting for like a solid 2 weeks after that.
That was so
My
funny.
tailbone?
After
After the race?
Not after the race. I was talking about after you ate shit in that corner right there.
Oh, I landed hard.
Yeah, you landed hard.
That was the first time I think that my body made a full V shape.
It did. I saw it.
And then
it
dropped
scoops like
right on the tailbone.
But I'll say this: hilarious.
Real funny.
Sure.
And
was.
I totally understand
Yeah.
why it happened. And this is the problem. This is the problem with wearing small socks on hardwood floors.
Small. Why are they
Well, like no, the little tiny pegals.
Why are they small?
Why do the socks need to be small? What does it matter how large the socks are?
They were. He was wearing those little peg socks.
No,
in my
not.
brain, he was wearing the peg socks.
In my brain, now I'm just making this up.
I could have sworn he was wearing the socks that you put that are like you can't tell you're wearing socks, and
I
they're usually
never-
thinner socks.
I
That's
never
why
wear those.
they don't have as much grip.
I
Got it.
actually.
You mean like a footlet?
Nick.
Like a footlet?
No-show socks.
They're
is what
called pegs,
called.
is what they're called.
I've never
They're
heard.
called
I've
pegs.
never
They
heard
are,
that.
'cause
They're
having peg
anklets.
socks.
Anklet socks.
You're all. There's a lot of terms.
We've
for
all
this.
just called them different things.
Short socks.
No, I always wear long socks, Nick. Always.
I think he had short socks on that day, though.
I think you had. I'm pretty sure you had short socks on. Do you own a pair of short socks? Let's start there.
I don't. I own one pair of short socks.
Is it possible that you could have been wearing those short socks that
No,
day?
because I only wear them at special occasions.
I could.
'cause
It was
they're
hot.
It was
Here's-
really hot
here's
that
the-
day,
guys,
and I wear my short socks when
let
it's
me-
hot.
Can I finish?
I'm doing the thing where I roll up
May
the thing now.
finish? They're Hunter Pence's socks that he gave me.
That's
and
gross.
they're extremely comfortable.
Yeah,
They are
'cause
the most.
They're like
comfortable
$80
pair.
socks.
I have no
professional
idea.
athlete.
There's just some Nike like super athletic looking socks. They're really comfortable, so I only use it on super special occasions, and heat is not one of them.
110-degree weather.
Doesn't do it for me.
It was real hot that day.
I feel like we have to go. If only we had footage of that. If only we had footage.
We have it on the podcast.
We have the sound of
don't
it on
have
the
footage,
podcast.
Yeah. We have it on the podcast, but then he came onto the set, and we would have seen his shoes. His
He
feet.
did. He did. Audience, we need you. Audience, we need you. We need to know if he's wearing the pegals or not. The small socks.
I don't like when you call them pegs, man. It just reminds me of other things.
Like someone getting it up the butt.
I'm sorry. Can we go back to...
Dude, recently I saw somewhere...
I was like, what are you going to do? What'd you do, buddy? Let's talk about it. Tim got
image of a strap-on situation.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a mask. Like,
Like
with a dildo on it.
yeah, it's like a
yeah,
gag that
it's,
you, and then girls can ride your face, or boys, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like I've never seen it before, and I was just like, damn, that's, I don't know, it's a lot.
It's one of those things where I look at that and I'm like, that's super hot. Would I ever do that? This is the old Nick, like this is the old man. I'm like, that's gotta hurt your teeth or something.
Yeah.
You're not. That's not gonna be good for you.
It's not
gonna be
aggressive.
good
It just
for
also
you.
just doesn't seem like a good use of anything.
In
really.
this year's, I don't know. It's a fantasy for people. To each their own. Do you know what I
to
mean?
each their own.
If you want to have your face ridden with a dildo sticking out of your mouth, this is Americans Got Talent. You know what I mean?
Americans Got Talent, dude. Sarah Hyland.
I'd go after my doppelganger's ankles.
Thank you, Andy.
That's the weak spot.
Oh yeah, we were answering that question.
Is that your weak spot?
I got bad ankles. I have a bad ankle, right ankle. You go after the right ankle, it's like in wrestling.
But now
you keep on
here's-
targeting it. You keep on targeting it,
Andy,
kicking it,
here's
kicking
my
it.
question. Didn't you think your doppelganger is doing the exact same thing?
Yes, I do. So,
That's where I think that my fight with my doppelganger would get real creative. Because now we're both going to think of outlandish shit to, like, stop the other one. You know?
Okay.
I honestly.
Can
Can you imagine? Like, the thing is, we'd come to a great compromise. You know what I
You
mean?
and your doppelganger just wouldn't move.
It would be like the end of Scott Pilgrim when
Yep, they're just friends.
it's him and the Nega Scott.
Nega
It's
Scott.
dramatic and it just cuts and they're just walking out like, hey, let's get coffee next week.
Yeah.
That would be us. Because if I really had to fight myself,
Yeah.
if I really had to fight anybody,
Yeah.
I have the same tactic that I
God,
would
your
use.
skin would get so red.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
But Kev, what would I do?
Oh, my God. You'd punch and spin.
I would punch and spin, get real big, and just fucking flail around and freak the other person out.
Yeah.
And if I had to do that against myself, it's really whoever just lands the first hit.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
That's fair.
You're just getting knocked out.
Yeah.
You're just
But
gonna-
real talk, I'd go for the dick. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, we'd all go for the
Always
dick,
go for the
right?
dick.
yeah.
I was watching I want to give him a shout out. Fuck. I'll look him up later. There's a
Steve
great.
Buscemi.
What's that?
No, I said Steve Buscemi. Just...
No, Steve Buscemi is great. I mean, shout out to Steve Buscemi for being great. No, there's a good MMA channel on YouTube that does like top 10 lists of like crazy shit that's happened, and one of them was top 10 rule changes and why they had to be rule changes, and one was groin strikes. And there's like, because there's actually like footage, but back when the UFC was coming up, in Brazil there was another championship that was similar, another promotion coming up called Vale Tudo, and it was kind of wrestling mixed with MMA. Doesn't matter. At one point they had to outlaw groin strikes because someone reached into the other guy's Speedo and just grabbed his dick.
See, I feel like there'd be a lot of dick grabbing.
Oh, there's a lot of dick
all
grabbing.
over
But
footage.
it's really weird to watch a professional fight and have the guy go and then just start punching him right in the dick. Because we just don't allow that anymore. But it used to be legal in UFC and it used to be legal in Vale Tudo. Because the UFC used to be about, the original UFC is like the first few, used to be about no holds barred like fighting. They had very, very few rules, including there wasn't a ref stoppage. So the only way fights could stop was by submission by the person tapping, by a knockout, or by the corner throwing in the towel. So the ref wasn't originally allowed. The first few UFCs, the ref wasn't allowed to stop the fight until the
Man, that
first
doesn't
ref
sound
quit.
smart.
Then Big John McCarthy, who was like they call him Big John McCarthy. He's
Big old J-Mac.
He was friends with one of the Gracies that put on the promotion. They hired him to do it, and he was like, he did the first one, and he stopped the fight because this guy was getting the shit beat out of him, was going to die. And the Gracies were pissed at him. And he was like, what? Or Hodger Gracie, I think was pissed at him. It wasn't Hodger, it was one of the other Gracies. It doesn't matter. Because he's like, you can't stop the fight. And he's like, if I don't stop the fight, the guy's going to die. So I'm not going to ref this ever again unless you give me the authority to stop a fight. Because if not, someone's going to die, and that's going to be on me because I'm the person responsible for this. So that's how that rule change happened.
I don't like
Isn't that
fighting.
crazy? I love fighting.
It's so fucking weird.
It's awesome.
Isn't it weird also that like back when there was like the early beginnings of the UFC, it was different fighting styles, right?
Well, that was the idea. A lot of people don't realize it if you're not a fan of fighting, but the UFC was basically a not so subtle marketing scheme for the Gracie family to market Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the masses.
They nailed it.
And so if you don't understand that, like when they came over, when they were developing Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, which was like an offshoot of Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, it's what you think of BJJ when you hear that phrase. They came to America and they were like, how do we prove to everyone that this our discipline of martial arts is the best? Ground grappling, Jiu-Jitsu is the best. And they got the great idea of like, why don't we just have this crazy, no weight classes, no like there, you hear heavyweight, middleweight, lightweight. There's none of that shit. They're like little guy versus big guy. How do we prove that jiu-jitsu can beat them? And so they put this promotion together, this big competition together, and they picked Royce Gracie, who is the smallest of all of the Gracie brothers, to come in and fight, and he won. And that's how Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu started getting a reputation for being an actually like legit martial art.
It's like when Rey Mysterio won the WWE title.
It's nothing like that.
No?
Well,
It's
a lot like
moment.
that.
it's nothing like that.
It's almost exactly like that. If you think
And when he brought out, I don't even know the guy's name, but the dude that beat Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
Who was the guy that beat Rock?
in UFC.
No, it wasn't. It was Steve.
So it was the D. Dave.
Derek Lewis? No. Who beat Brock Lesnar? White or black guy? Which one? Or Brazilian guy? Do you know? What's he look like?
He's not white or black.
What?
He must be Brazilian.
He's the new guy. He's
I
been
don't know
popping
if
up.
he's
Cain
Brazilian.
Velasquez?
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, Cain
Yeah.
Velasquez is Mexican. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez is a
Starts with a D.
killer.
Yeah.
Starts with a
You
D
know
like
what?
Derek
What I
Lewis.
was thinking is Rey Mysterio's son Dominic, who is also part of the storyline. But Cain Velasquez, whatever, is in WWE now.
Hey, man.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That guy was a killer
Americans
for a
Got
while.
Talent, dude.
That guy was a killer. Was
Versus Brock Lesnar.
What? How did I even get on that subject?
I don't even
You
know.
usually do.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It was-
We're talking about fighting
Fighting
her doppelganger.
Kevin
Oh,
referenced
that's right.
how, like, MMA kind of started off as kind of like Street Fighter, where it's like all these different sort of fighting styles, kind of.
I think I was adding to his thing.
It was. That's right.
Sure.
And it was interesting because you go back and watch that. People were fighting in gis. They had shoes on. They had all sorts of stuff because they didn't give a shit. They just wanted to prove that if you got someone's back, you could choke them out. And they
Did anyone do capoeira?
I'd show up at
They
the
had
basketball.
guys they had guys that came in to do all sorts of different styles. There was like
And
sumo
one.
wrestlers. There was a sumo wrestler.
Yeah, I remember.
Hell yeah, E Honda.
What ended up being the dominant sport for the while was the guys that could just punch and wrestle, basically like the big fucking dudes that can punch and wrestle, like Ken Shamrock. and
What's up
guys
with
like that.
Greg Hardy?
Greg Hardy?
The other Hardy, bro.
I don't know.
The other Hardy.
Is he a
So
fighter?
Greg Hardy is a guy who played in the NFL. He was very, very, very good defensive lineman. And then news came out about a lot of domestic issues. There's a story that he beat the shit out of his wife and threw her on a bed of guns.
Jesus Christ.
Horrible. Yeah, this
Why
dude's
would
like.
anyone have a bed of guns?
I know, right?
That's
Exactly.
not comfortable.
And then
Kevin just started thinking, how do I get a bed of guns?
the Cowboys signed him, and it was like, why would you sign this fucking monster? Eventually, the Cowboys released him or whatever, and it didn't look like he was going to be able to go anywhere. Like nobody was going to want to sign him. He was just too much of an issue. So then he made a transition over to MMA, and he was in a fight recently where on the sidelines or in the corner, someone gave him a little asthma looking inhaler and he inhaled it, but they kind of called the match there because they said we don't know what was in that inhaler.
Yeah.
Was there
Is
a
it
straw?
cocaine?
What's up, guy?
Was it this?
I believe it was that one. Yeah, I think they called it early or some shit like that because they were like, no, you can't be doing that shit. You can't just bring a random inhaler in your corner
What
or
did
whatever.
they think it was?
I don't know.
It's a stimulant of some sort, I imagine.
Yeah.
Something that could give him a little boost. It might have been some sort of methamphetamine or something like that.
There's apparently this new thing that's out right now that, like all things, I heard about on the Dan Le Batard show because they were talking about being addicted to Red Bull, and one of the guys, Mike Ryan, the producer's like, no, now I do this thing that you
Cocaine.
stick up your nose and you smell from it.
Sounds like cocaine.
And right, exactly. But gosh, I can't remember the name of it. And I was like, wait, is this an actual commercial product that you can buy in stores? And it is. And it's this weird it's almost like a chapstick looking thing.
Do we need to start doing it?
I think so. It's called Boom Boom Sticks maybe.
No,
Boom
that-
Boom Sticks.
Look up
That
Boom Boom
Sounds
Sticks.
so dirty.
You want to put some Boom Boom
Yes.
Sticks in your nose?
No,
Nick?
Boom
no
Sticks.
safe search. Just do Boom Boom Sticks.
Boom Boom Sticks
Do you
is
guys
it.
wanna see
Oh yeah, here it is.
the
Here it
Let's
is.
take a look. This is Greg Hardy sniffing from an inhaler. Inhaling.
Inhaling from an inhaler. Oh, now
And they were like, nah, bro, you can't do that,
So
bro.
you just can't. It doesn't work.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, there's the inhaler.
I believe
Well, that
it.
makes
I
sense.
believe he did
You
it.
get it. You
Yeah, it was
understand
turned
what
to a no contest. That's what happened. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Look up boom boom sticks.
Look up boom boom sticks.
Look up boom boom.
Because I'm interested. Like, I love an energy stimulant, dude.
I gotta stop though, man. I'm drinking way too much. I had to switch over. You guys saw me drinking Diet 7-Up, and he was like, "What's going on with that?" I was like, "I just have too much caffeine in my system all the time."
I don't trust this one bit.
Look at that. Look at the girl on the right. that'd be me after 1 week.
Boom boom energy nasal inhaler.
This is terrible.
From
This
Shark
doesn't
Tank.
seem like.
First off, I don't think
that's
you
where it's
should-
from. Yeah, it's from Shark Tank.
I feel like inhaling anything is not a good idea, because I feel like at the least thing that can happen to you.
Like,
What are the other nasal inhalers?
Just other.
Oh my God. Look at the bottom. 100% pure essential oils, packed with refreshing flavor, lasts up to 2 months, naturally energizing, available in 3 invigorating scents. All of your friends will be jealous.
Oh, click on the colored one with all the fruits behind it, Kevin. Because I'm interested to know what kind of on the right. What kind of fruits are we getting into? That's
Looks
a
like
small image.
ice is one of the options. That's probably mint.
Yeah, mint.
We got berry,
Watermelon.
orange.
These boom boom sticks look
Cinnamon?
like you can strap them onto your mouth.
What is this? Who would win? A musician or a boom boom stick?
Oh, that's like a
It's
shotgun,
sad,
I guess.
Oh yeah, that's
Stupid.
not bad. Dumb
Stupid.
joke. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm interested in trying.
Should
I
we
want to
order some of these?
I want to try one out, Kevin.
Can we
No,
call Boom Boom Stick and see if
Andy.
they'll? Ladies and
Shark
gentlemen, this
Tank
episode's
product.
brought to you by Boom Boom Sticks.
It's a Shark Tank product. I'm interested, man.
Andy, you say the word, I'll get you a 3-pack right now.
Get one, Andy. What
Dude,
are you afraid of? The fact
look
that
at
it might
these things,
destroy
man.
your nasal
These
cavity
look
and make
like
you bleed?
4 Locos.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Dude, it's just smelling salts.
But it also looks like the packaging, the way the logo looks, it looks like
looks like
a
a sex
gas
toy.
station like sex pill.
Yeah, it looks like something you put up your butt that makes you a little loopy and like a little less inhibited. No, I'm the
No.
only one on that one.
I think,
that's
I
a
think
you
you're the
one.
only ones who've seen those, yeah.
Well, okay. I don't know what those are then.
Yeah, I don't like the logo design. That's the only thing that's turning me off. But I'm interested in trying it, Kevin.
What, I mean, the logo would.
How many sniffs do we have per package?
Oh, hundreds.
Ooh.
Wait, what's in it? Go back to that. Peppermint oil, love it. Eucalyptus oil, spearmint oil, okay, sure. Menthol, no thanks. Natural flavors. So it's just a bunch of essential oils.
So it's
basically.
LaCroix, but you can snort it.
I'll say this:
You know
there's a you want
For
it?
that reason.
Kevin, order the
I'm
boom
in.
boom sticks. All it is they
the
sell
Shark
these. I've
Tank
seen these
reference.
before, where you have like roll-ons where you'll roll it on your temples or whatever, and it'll be like oils,
oils,
like tea
yeah.
tree oils, things like that open up your sinus cavities and allow you to be like a little bit more mellow.
But
Oh, I
it
didn't
looks
know
like
that.
you sniff these.
No, you
I
do.
don't think. I think you just put them in your nose and inhale though. I don't think they shoot anything into it.
No, yeah. I mean,
My brother used to use these because he always has sinus issues.
I hate
vapor one right there. I used to use that one.
I hate
the
nose
vapor, the Vicks
sprays.
Vapor Rips.
I'm not a fan of nose spray because I have post-nasal drip issues.
Yeah.
So the nose spray just goes straight down to my throat.
Yeah,
It's the
I
worst.
get that too.
I hate
Do you have
that.
deviated
Nasty.
septum?
Huh?
Do you have a deviated septum?
So I
Who
broke
hurt
my
you?
nose. I broke my nose in Little League and I never got it fixed because I was scared.
What?
Because I was just scared of like
No,
having to
not
go into
you,
surgery.
Tim Sloak.
I don't know. Kevin's always up to something. And as he asked Andy, you have a deviated septum? I just look over and he goes, you have a deviated septum?
What happened? Who hurt you, Kevin?
I was sitting on my left foot, and it's all pins and needles right
Yeah.
now. So I
But
was
you
trying
had
get
to
that-
talk anyway. You had to fight through
Am I
it.
gonna stop? Like I readjusted midway through the sentence, Tim.
I am proud of you. We got through this together.
But you had to talk anyways. Wait, you never had your broken nose fixed?
No,
You should have that fixed.
it's broken. Do you want to
Too
feel
late
it?
now.
No.
God,
yeah,
I
I do.
hate
I'm not gonna stick it in. Don't worry. Vinny. Kevin, can I get the one? Can I get
I
the
want you to
one?
know that my hands are so soft.
No, it's not. Well, I guess.
Tell me how
it's
soft
too
my hands
bright.
are right now. Oh, gross.
Oh, God, I heard it. I fucking heard it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not that bad, though. You didn't break the crown of your nose then. Or the bridge, rather.
So here's the deal, man.
Kevin, what part is this? Like your nose? The crown or
The
bridge? Bridge?
I
That's
mean,
when you get really
this
big,
is
bad
the
problems
cartilage,
breathing and like.
right? And then the bone is right here. The nasal bone is right up top. This
So I was in Little League and my friend Joey was like pretending to fake bunt. He was like faking to bunt in practice, right? So us as the infielders, we run in because we think a bunt is coming, and he pulls it back at the last second and swings. So I'm running in expecting a bunt, and I see him swinging. Bing! Just immediately comes right at me, hits my glove. Poof, the tip of my glove hits me right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And I
You
just,
slowed it
and
down.
oh fuck! And I looked down, and it was a waterfall of red and brown,
Ew.
just fucking
Brown?
nuts.
Anime
I mean, it was
style?
like dark, like a maroon, right?
Okay, all right. Well,
Whenever I say red, it's like blood never looks red. It's always like a maroon,
It's a
very very
crimson-
dark.
it's a
There's a lot of dark
Red at
tints.
first.
You always know like bad blood in a movie when they show like a bloody nose and it's like
Scarlet.
hyper red. Like so
Yeah.
it's like the blood never looks that red. It's always very very dark. So yeah, so my nose was broken. went to the doctor, and set like a couple weeks went by after like icing and all that bullshit, and then the doctor was like fucking with my nose, and he's like, "How does this feel?" I'm like, "Feels great, nothing wrong." Ooh. But I was lying because it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad, and they did like MRIs and everything.
Lie to a doctor?
I feel like you've told this story before.
Yeah,
I remember being mad at you then too.
I was so scared, yeah, and so they're like, "All right, you're good." But like ever since then, my nose has just been broken.
My brother's best friend growing up broke his nose in a tickle fight. Not with my brother, but with another one of his friends.
That's amazing.
It was a self-proclaimed tickle fight. They could have called it wrestling. They could have called it anything. They called it a tickle fight. Yeah.
Proud of it.
13, 14, we've all been there.
Experimenting.
But yeah, he broke his fucking nose, and god damn, that thing's never looked the same. Like, holy shit.
Bad. It never does, man.
Yeah.
They can never look the same.
Yeah,
and
my nose is crooked.
Problems.
Like if I look from this angle, my nose has like a cool slope. And I'm like, oh, that's the nose shape that's the nose shape that I wish to have, nose shape. But I turn it this way, and there's like a hook, because it's like my nose goes this way. It does this sort of thing.
You broke it. They never said it.
Like if you look on straight.
Oh shit, it does.
Hideous.
Yeah.
It's ever so slightly.
Yeah, ever so slightly.
Everyone's
you're
got
hideous?
no.
I didn't get a nose job, man.
No, you don't need to get a nose job. No. Honestly, I wouldn't fuck with your nose unless it was impeding your sleep or your breathing. If you're snoring or if you're having like sleep apnea because of it, then I would get it fixed. But if not, leave it be.
You need to get one of those underbite things.
Tim, remember that time we were at Tahoe and I dove to the bottom of the pool, but it was way, way not as deep as I
Before
thought?
we get to the end of that story,
Great.
let me tell you about our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Felix Gray. You may not realize it, but the average American blasts their eyes with bright screens for 11 hours every day. That sounds about right for me when I start to think about it, between the computer screens, my phone screen, the TV screen. Everything really has screens nowadays. Even like taxi cabs driving by have screens on the top of them. You know what I mean? And then there's ice cream. There is ice cream, Kevin. Thank you very, very much for that. That's not a screen. It's, oh, God. Oh, God. The fact is, we can't eliminate extensive screen time from our lives, but you can protect your eyes from it with a pair of Felix Gray blue light filtering glasses, available in both non-prescription and prescription. The majority of Americans live with tired, dry eyes, blurry vision, or headaches caused by screens. And if this sounds familiar, Felix Gray might be for you. Felix Gray is on a mission to make fashionable, high-quality blue light protection widely accessible by offering a variety of frames for all face shapes and style preferences. So there's some that they had that were really clean, slick, black framed ones. You know what I'm talking about? Going to protect your eyes, Kev. You're going to be good. Felix Gray frames are handcrafted from the same high-quality materials used in high-end designer frames like organic, Italian acetate, and German engineered steel. Wow. Don't go another day looking at screens without the help of some Felix Grays. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/kinda for free shipping and 30 days of risk-free returns or exchanges. That's FelixGrayglasses.com/kinda. felixgrayglasses.com/kinda. And shout out to Upstart. As most of us have found out the hard way, getting into debt is easy and getting out is hard, especially if your credit score isn't great. Thankfully now, there's Upstart.com, the revolutionary lending platform that knows you're more than just your credit score and offers smarter interest rates to help you pay off high-interest credit card debt. Upstart goes beyond the traditional credit score when assessing your credit worthiness. They actually reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter interest rate. Upstart believes you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you, and they would have believed in Greg Miller back in the day when he was struggling to try to figure out his old credit situation. Man, I wish Upstart was there for him then, because it would have helped him. He would have been a much better person now in 2019. But alas, they make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate in just a few minutes. And the best part, once the loan is approved and accepted, most people get their funds the very next business day. The next day, over 300,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards or meet their financial goals. See why Upstart is ranked #1 in their category with over 300 businesses on Trustpilot. And hurry to upstart.com/kindafunny to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes and won't affect your credit. That's upstart.com/kindafunny. Yes, Kevin, I do remember the time that you dived into the pool, wrong end of the pool.
Another thing I'd pay for it.
Face first, just... and then the water. It was like Jaws. It was just horrible.
I mean, I split this.
Like
I still
dropping
have
a bowling ball into a puddle.
Scar there.
It was so
What a
graphic.
mistake that
Like
was.
everything felt so much. It wasn't me. I didn't get hurt.
And it
I don't know
also-
why I felt it though.
It took
What?
I
forever.
would laugh so hard. if I
No,
saw
it
that.
wasn't a laughing
No,
situation.
it was scary.
That shit's scary.
It was scary to
I
the point
remember
where I was like,
Anne was like,
"Fuck,
we
he's
should go to
gonna
the
die."
hospital. And I was like, Anne,
my mom.
I'm fine. I can tell. It just looks a lot scarier than it is.
Yeah.
My nose isn't broken. I'm fine. And it ended up being fun. Didn't go to the hospital, at least.
I had a pretty scary moment last night where I
Playing Death Stranding.
no, I left I had some bubble gum on my counter that I wanted to go get, but like I'm in bed and there's like not counter, it's a dresser drawer. And I was gonna so I get out of bed to reach over to go towards the foot end of the bed where my dresser drawer is, and I'm using like my hand to hold myself up on the bed to reach for the gum on the dresser drawer, but I thought there was bed there. There was just a lot of comforter where there wasn't bed.
You
and
fell
I
through
like
the snow.
I slipped pretty badly, and I was like inches from the dresser drawer, the edge of the dresser drawer, where I could have just like head butted into it. I'm sure gash would have happened. And my immediate thought was like, fuck, like my room is in no condition right now for there to be an emergency. Because
I love you so fucking much
because I'm just
sometimes.
gross and I have like such a messy room and like
Stinky sheets. You got the stinky sheets.
everything's just like fucking everywhere, and I'm like, if I had an emergency right here,
Wait, why was that? Why did you say that with such a sexual tone?
stinky sheets. Is that what you
Like,
said?
when's the last time you washed your sheets? Real talk. How stinky are they?
I'd say like 3 weeks.
That's 2 weeks too long.
No, it's not, because you know why? You fucking weirdos like to shower in the morning with all your day stench on you, and I shower at night and I get into a clean bed with my clean body.
I shower at night a lot.
Yeah, but
But-
everyone.
But Kevin, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Everyone sweats at night.
It's
You
not
still
the
have
same.
whales
It is.
and
It
Badissi.
No, yeah, but I'm talking about like going a whole day of work and walking around and being outside and then getting into bed. That's so gross to me.
It is gross.
Like,
I'll admit
it?
that.
Why?
It is because you have grime and shit on your skin that and sweat and all the stuff that's caked in there
Yeah, but
that you
like-
are bringing into your skin.
But you sweat at night when you're asleep.
I do that as well.
yeah, and
Everyone does. Everyone does.
Kevin, but comparing that to a full day of activity is not the same.
You do
not
get
even
it, like,
close.
Even in the chaunch area, it's true. Because like think about how
The what?
The chaunch area.
think
your
about how
chaunch.
what your chaunch area.
I heard
smells
era.
like.
I thought like, yeah, in the chaunch era.
That was the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Chaunch era.
Oh,
It's true. We should all be
Lord.
showering at night. That makes more sense. But then I don't like showering at night and then not showering in the morning. I always have to shower in the morning.
And that's fine.
I need a freshness.
I know a lot of night
It
and
freshens
morning
you up.
showers.
It's
but
like, you know, when
I
they take
used
a
to do
lettuce, and they just go, they like put it in cold water real quick and just it freshens it up and then they serve it. That's what I like to do with myself every day.
Blanching it, right? Is
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I believe so.
I thought blanching was when you take the skin off of something.
What? No. that's
Damn,
scary.
what is this show?
Oh no, you're right.
places we go.
Type in blanched almond. Isn't that when they take the skin off of it?
Blanched almond.
Blanched almond.
blanched.
Whole blanched almonds. Yeah, that's without the skin off.
Yeah, but that.
Okay.
In boiling water. Okay.
That's yeah.
How to
that's bland.
they
blanch
boil them?
almonds.
Yeah.
God, take
Is that how
the
they
skin
take
off.
the
For
skin
some
off of
reason,
it?
I would never
I
think
guess-
of almonds.
Yeah.
Almonds.
Huh.
Almond or almond?
Almond.
Almond.
You say almond.
Almond Brothers.
Almond.
I
The
switched.
No
Switch.
L. There's no L
Almond.
in the
Almond.
pronunciation.
Almond.
Almond.
Amen. Never
Praise
enough
Jesus.
Big ups to Jay.
John Burrell writes in and says, "What time do you guys get out of bed?"
As late as
Oh
I
my
possibly
God,
can.
as
Yeah,
late
my
as
answer
possible.
is exactly 1 hour before I have to be wherever it is.
Yeah, it's smart.
1 hour. You need an hour?
I need 30 minutes to get in the shower, get out of the shower, do my hair, get dressed. And then that other 30 minutes will get me anywhere I need to go.
I hit the snooze button a lot. Like, I'm slow I am not a morning person. It takes me so long, and I feel miserable for the first 5 hours of the day, maybe 12 hours of the day. It's just not a good time. I'm very, very late wherever I have to go. And it makes me really, really surprised that when I worked at my first industry job, at my first game studio, I chose to work the 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Why?
shift. Because, I don't know, I liked it. Oh, you know why? Destiny 1. Here's what I would do, Nick. I would stay up all night, go to work at 7 a.m., get out at 4 p.m. As soon as I got home, I would sleep until midnight.
It's a terrible schedule.
It was the worst.
It was a terrible schedule.
It was super unhealthy. But like that's the only time my friends could play. I was like, this is where our raid time is. This is where we got to do our raids.
I get it, man. I totally. What do the raids get us? More raids.
God damn, dude. You ever think about that though with school? Like, I remember in some middle school was appropriately timed. Like
7, 8 a.m. You got to be there.
I think it was 9 actually.
Was it 9?
I think like you started like maybe 8:45.
Oh man, we were waking up at 6 in the morning every day.
And then
8:15 was my middle school.
Yeah, we had 8.
my middle school was 8:45 until
3, I think.
like 3. I think it was.
Yeah.
Thinking back to elementary school, I think it was like 9 to noon, and then you're just freaking out and like out and about. But high school, you can kind of, at least my high school, you could choose like the early or late schedule or whatever. The early schedules, what I got assigned to the first time, I had my class started at 7:15.
No.
Fuck that.
Fuck.
No, I'd drop out.
Then we'd be out by 2. Can you imagine being out by 2? That's a whole fucking day. No wonder I played so much Smash Brothers.
I know. We would.
Awesome.
I think my high school started. It ended at 3 for sure. I don't know when it started. When I count backward, how many periods?
Latest
6 periods
version
with
was
hour
ended at
lunch.
3:30.
So yeah, we would end at 3, but then I'd always have to stick around because I had theater or band afterward that would start at like 5. So that was always my thing. But like, I don't for the life of me understand why adults want to be on a schedule where you have to be somewhere at 7 a.m. It just sounds like as a society that and daylight savings time, we should all just be like, let's have a big meeting.
Hey guys,
and let's cool off.
Let's meet in the middle with daylight savings time.
Let's just not change.
What, 30 minutes? You're crazy.
No, we meet in the middle. We stay there forever. Is what I'm saying.
That's fine.
It's always a give and a take. It's always a give and a take. Give and a take.
Whatever.
Give and a take.
What's better
Right?
for the farmers? It's better for the farmers when it gets darker sooner. Fine. Lighter sooner. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
just choose one.
Why? Why do we do it? But I remember like I was on that schedule for a while, and I was like, oh, good, I'm on the schedule. Then I did college. Once the second nobody told me I had to be anywhere, and when my parents wouldn't wake me up, I was late to fucking everything. And then after college, my schedule was terrible. When I started picking up wedding edits, and I didn't want to do them, so I'd push them out, but I needed money. And my parents were like, we're not giving you fucking money anymore. So I had to do these edits. It was my only soul, like, because I kept getting fired from the service industry. So I was like, I gotta do these edits, but I don't want to fucking do them. But I gotta do them. But I don't want to. I wouldn't start work until 9 p.m. at night.
Hey, man,
and I'd go till 6 a.m. in the morning.
It's the editor's timeline.
It was the worst because I would basically sleep until like 1 or 2, right before the office closed, walk in, give him my edit, and then get the next edit, and then go and just fuck off. I would do nothing. I would smoke cigarettes and just lament on how much I didn't want to do any of the shit that I had to do.
Yeah.
It was the best.
It was the best.
Recently, Paul has been making me go to the gym every morning. So I've been waking
Another
up.
thing I'd pay to see.
I love how there's just a pause there.
Yeah.
Like he just waited for us to laugh.
Yeah.
No,
But
I
we
wasn't
didn't,
waiting
though.
for you guys to laugh. It was just one of those things where it's like 6:30 I've been waking up every morning.
Oh,
Oh,
Kevin.
I
Christ.
hate it. I hate it so
How long
much.
have you been doing this for?
We're week 3 right now.
Oh,
week
okay.
1 and 2, really good about waking up on time. Week 3 so far, not starting great.
I'm in week 1 of going to the gym.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You going afterward?
I'm going after. Yeah. So like, I have a very very simple thing I do at the gym. Right. I get on the
Get
treadmill
there, flex in
and I
front
run
of the
for
mirror,
I run
leave.
for 30 minutes.
Now, do you
and
run?
that's it.
You run?
No. So I make sure I get to 2 miles. So it's like a lot of jogging, some walking, some running.
Yeah,
I'll boost it up really really fast
yeah.
if I want to get super tired.
Once
then
it
I'll,
gets
bring
that
it
cool
back
part,
down.
the Muse song.
No, I'm
That's
just listening
me.
to Levitard show.
Oh, okay. I just fired
then
Muse.
but the saddest
like it.
the sad thing about the weekend though being at the gym is that they didn't have a TV control readily available for us people to use. Because when they're there during the weekdays, they will come around and like, hey, what do y'all want to watch? You know, there's 4 TVs. What do you want to watch it? Okay. But this week, I was like, oh, it's Sunday. I'm excited to go to the gym because there's going to be a lot of football on. And there was no football on. And it was so sad because I went there knowing that there's going to be a lot of good games on
Yeah.
right now. And there was 0 of it. And I was pretty bummed out about
What's
that.
your reception like? Can you just use your phone?
Yeah, I could. But I mean, I like listening to podcasts and watching like
Yeah.
random things or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's cool.
I feel
That's
like
the shit right there.
Phones is such a game changer.
Oh,
the
for
gym,
sure.
where it's like-
Well, I'm thinking Kevin was like, man, what if I have a big tablet? I should get a tablet because I've been watching a lot of My Hero Academia at the gym as well. And I tell you what, the ladies coming on the treadmill next to me, they're really stoked about the My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
You wanna know
But
what's
I
your
bet that's just-
concern then it becomes like, how good is the Wi-Fi? You know what I mean? 'Cause
No, I mean my phone has really good service. I could hotspot it if
Oh,
need be,
interesting.
Kevin.
Well, now you've got 2 devices.
I mean, I always would anyway.
Anyway, I'm not a big proponent of waking up early for the gym. I feel like this is what I've always learned in the past. Like whenever I try to push myself to do things that involve working out that I don't like, it's just a recipe for me to quit eventually. I'll know that. Like I have to work out at the end of the day. It's got to be right after work. It's easy for me to motivate myself to go over to a workout or for a roll, and that's got to be it. But there was a while where I tried waking up for the 6 a.m. class in jiu-jitsu. That lasted about a week and a half, and I was like, no, not because I was like, oh, how cool would it be to get the workout out of the way, and then I have all night to do whatever I want. And I got back, and I was wrecked for the rest of the day because you're fucking getting 4.5 hours of sleep. I'm not going to bed any earlier. Fuck that.
It gives, well, that's if you go to bed early. I feel like I've tried to change. Sorry, I had a weird hiccup midway through. I've tried to change my schedule, so like I now have all my hue lights set up to start dimming at 10 to be off at 11 to try to get me in the mood to sleep.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
that can work. You have to change your schedule.
It's been working. And then alternatively, when the alarm goes off, I have the lights turn on in like a 10-minute interval. So at 6:30 and the alarm goes off and my lights are fully on. And
That's smart.
that combo works pretty well to get me going. And I feel like going to the gym in the morning, I feel like I have a lot more energy throughout the day.
Interesting. I mean, people say that a lot. And there's schools that can't thought for that. I just know that myself, whenever it involves something that I don't like doing, it's only a matter of time before I make that excuse to just not do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know? When I like lifting weights, so I used to be like, oh, I'll go lift weights, but I hated doing it in the morning. Like if I had to do an 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. workout, I'd be like, I just don't, my body doesn't feel energized. 5 o'clock, ooh, let's push that out there. Watch that. Daddy looks at his triceps in the mirrors a couple times, you know what I mean? Get a little squeak. That's fine for me. But
the nighttime was great for me
on.
when I lived
the
in Austin.
Shits midway through that?
No, you go squeak.
Okay.
You just
Got it.
flex it out.
The nighttime was great for me because I would go to this gym that I lived nearby in Round Rock, and then after that, Pokemon hunting. Like I was Pokemon going nonstop. This is like this is when it first came out, and it was the same gym that I was going to for about a year, and then
are you talking about Pokemon, or are you talking about
nice. And then one of the nights I ended up, but I'm totally a night guy, dude. I would go to this place was open 24 hours. I'd get there like at midnight sometimes.
I used to do that. Those
and
were
go
fun.
until like 1 or 2 in the morning.
I used to work out when the cleaning crew would be cleaning the fucking place. I'd be like, "What's up, dude?" I thought it was cool. They were like, "It's not working."
Well, one time I got there and I pull up and all of the equipment was gone in this gym. and I was like, "Where? I was just here like."
Did they close?
2 days ago, the place closed down, dude.
That's so funny.
And like it was just empty. Like there wasn't one article of anything. There wasn't one piece of equipment. There wasn't one dumbbell. Nothing. This place was an open studio, but it was cold outside, and so I brought my basketball and I would just dribble around.
Smart.
I would just dribble around for like 3 hours because the place was still open. Like you could still get in there. They never locked or even closed the door. It was just open. I was like, oh.
Do you ever get the feeling when you go to like a 24-hour fitness or one of those big gyms that you're walking into sort of like a car dealership? Do you ever think that?
No.
Oh man, I always feel like the people that work there are always trying to sell me on something. And I hate it.
My current place is kind of like this.
They're
right
like, hey
now.
man, we got this great deal on personal training. I'm like, I don't. They're like, and then they kind of like neg you a little bit, where they're like, wow, you could be better, and they kind of like look down at your waist, like, fuck you, bro. You know what I mean? You don't know me. You don't know that I used to be 260.
Our friend just got a job doing that, Rochelle.
Yeah, exactly.
She's that person now.
She's the person.
Yeah,
that
there's
sells you.
the person at the gym. They were like, "What do you want to sign up for?" I was like, "I'll just do like the basic package or whatever."
Yeah. They're like,
and they're like, "Well, because this one offers like a one time you get an hour massage a month," and I was like, "That sounds awesome," but like I barely want to be
$200 more.
But I also barely want to be here as it is, right? You know, and when I am here. It's kind of like when I go home. Like when I'm home, I'd rather be streaming in my free time. Mm-hmm. When I'm here, I'd rather just be running. I don't want to like be here for a reason that's 100%. Not running. You know,
the gym is not a place where I'd want to get a massage. It's not relaxing. It's not a good environment, and it never feels clean.
They have like their private. It's a really nice place. It's a cool place because it's
where are you? The fucking Ritz-Carlton?
It's where are you at? It's a very traditional, like old school San Francisco building. So much so that when you're in the room with all the weight tests and stuff, you look up and there's like a balcony. In the most old-fashioned-y way possible. Like, this place looks old as fuck, and there's a balcony with, like, some treadmills up there.
That's cool.
But you could tell it's, like, oh, that's the balcony where maybe they are overlooking this sermon in this church, or maybe it's a balcony where the tech guy is running lights for this theater. Like,
show,
it's a weird like little setup.
I imagine it's like the Great American Music Hall kind of.
It's
setup.
really cool. Yeah, I enjoy the interiors or whatever, but. I recently just got a call about, I was supposed to go in for like this chiropractor. They're like, well, we'll give you a free massage and we'll give you a free chiropractor thing where they make sure your alignment's good and make sure you're standing and your posture's correct or whatever. And the guy was like, yeah, come in here for this chiropractor thing or whatever. And I was like, sure, I'll schedule a date for it. And then I scheduled it. I was like, there's no chance I can make that. This was like the week before Toronto where we had a million fucking things going on. I was like, I can't do it then, man. Sorry. I was like, and I don't really know if I can reschedule because I don't know when I will have free time.
This is the thing that my wife gives me the most amount of shit about in my life is that I just refuse to schedule appointments until like the day before I want it. I've been nursing a bit of a shoulder problem. It's better now. I'm like, eventually it's going to get better or it's not. It doesn't matter. And my wife's like, just go to either a massage therapist or a chiropractor and have them do some like active release therapy where they like get in there, dig, and like you move your arm and it really loosens the muscles up. And I know it works, but I'm like, I don't want the added stress of putting that appointment there and then having someone be like, hey, we need you to shoot a pickup for the fucking pay-per-view thing that's going to happen and we really need it now. And I have to cancel, and then it's like, oh, if I cancel, you're gonna charge me for it? It's like, no, I'll make it the day before I know that I can get it. It's the same with the dentist. The dentist I put on, actually, that's not true. The dentist I put on like months ahead of time, I always move it. Always. Hey, you got an appointment tomorrow?
Oh my God.
Can't do that.
I canceled.
Not gonna do that.
I canceled appointments. Like I think 3 months went by before I finally went because either they weren't free or I wasn't free, and they would always try to schedule like, okay, well we have Wednesday available. Like, no, I can't do Wednesdays. That's KFF.
And then they try to do this shit. They're like, we have like a Wednesday at like 8 a.m. and you're like,
not a
fuck
chance.
you. Like, fuck you.
Who do you think I am?
Yeah, what kind of psychopath goes to the dentist at 8 a.m. in the morning?
Not a
crazy?
fucking chance.
What are you, crazy?
I love those early appointments.
Oh, I know you do.
I hate them.
And Kevin, every time I start anything with what kind of psychopath, Kevin always answers me. I'm that kind of psychopath.
I'm the type of guy that like I hate scheduling things. I hate having plans for things so much so that if I have something scheduled at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m., I'm like, well, the day's ruined now. Like, the day's over now.
Yeah.
Like, even though I could do a lot of things before that, to me, I'm like, well, that day's wasted.
Yeah.
It depends. If it's something I want to do, I love it. I look forward to it all day. Like, I like get my hair cut. I get the barber, the beard trim. They do like the face massage thing with the thing. I love that. That's like the only thing I do for self-care. I look forward to that shit all week. That is the one thing that I will like think a week ahead of time and try to put that on the calendar, which is good. But anything else, if it's a chiropractor appointment, I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this.
This dude's been calling me. He's been blowing up my phone like, hey, man, just want to know when you want to take advantage of these like complimentary services. I'm just like ignoring them. I'm just seeing them go to Google and like the text to voice or voice to text voicemails coming in.
Yeah.
I'm just reading in like,
stop calling.
Yeah, stop calling.
I don't know.
I like it though. It's a neat gym. So that's
cool.
The one,
They have
that's
those
the one
things
cool
for
thing
you.
about it. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Are you feeling stronger? Are you feeling better? For those runs.
It's to me it's like a state of mind thing. Like I feel healthier. Like
well, you are.
It's been 4 days. It's been 4 days, and it's been
better for your system.
It's been 4 days in the last week, I'd say.
That's good.
I went Wednesday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday.
I'm just to a point where if I don't get some level of hard physical activity done a couple like 2 to 3 days a week, I just don't sleep well anymore. My brain will not shut the fuck off. And I can't do it. People have like, you gotta start taking melatonin, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to take a supplement to be able to go to sleep or not.
It's natural, bro.
It's natural.
It's natch.
It is.
Just like the Coke Zero.
And that's another thing about.
This is probably the reason why I can't go to bed.
And that's another reason. That's another thing, Kevin, why I cannot wake up early. Is that, especially now, this is happening to me all last week. Where I finally started going to the gym, and my body is worn out. And
you need sleep.
And I've been in, and it's not even just that I need sleep. My body's just so fucking tired because of this. So like, getting out of bed has been an even tougher task.
Well, are you still staying up at night playing games?
Oh, yeah, I mean, dude, we kind of have to though. Like that's the thing.
I see. I'm not saying this is a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying that's one of the things that when I do that, I notice that I can't go to sleep for like hours afterward because that analytical part of my brain is still going. I need to do something that's going to shut my brain off. And the thing I've been doing lately is watching Law and Order. They're the same fucking thing every single time. They always catch the guy, except for one out of every 10 episodes, the guy gets away, and that's it. I just got to do that because if I'm playing games, I'll play like when I was fucking hammering out like
Rage 2.
Rage 2 is a perfect example. Where I'm like, this game, I'm done. I don't need to play it anymore. Why am I still playing it? Why am I still going after these dumb side quests just to get this one gun that I don't need to use anymore because I've already beat the fucking last bad guy, you know?
Yeah.
But then I'm in the fucking, I'm like on IGN's guides, like trying to figure out what this last thing is. Like, where the fuck is it?
I love this visual. Like, I love when Nick like randomly will play games. Like Rage 2 is such a perfect example, but Link's Awakening is the other one where it's just like, oh yeah, Nick, what'd you do last night? Oh man, I've been playing Link's Awakening. How far are you? Oh, I'm on the 7th dungeon. What?
Oh yeah. When I play a game, and it's good. I'll go all the way with it.
Man.
I love games.
One of the funniest things from
they just don't speak to me that much.
The early years of me knowing you, I'll never forget. Me and you walking down the street to go get lunch at the Brennan Street Cafe, talking about God knows what, the same shit that we still fucking talk about. And Nick just goes like, "Yeah, man. Like, hey, Phantom Hourglass is a really good game, isn't it?" I was like, sure. He's like, yeah, man, I really like the DS Zelda games. And it's like, it's not that you were playing them then. You'd played them years before, but you just were like, let's just talk about the Zelda DS games.
Well, I was like,
out of all things in the world, I would have never thought Nick Scarpino played Spirit Tracks.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I beat it.
Wow.
I beat Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass.
That's so shocking to me.
Right?
It was one of those things where
because I haven't even played those games. Those are games that like I bought at a pawn shop and played for like a week and
you
then
should
pawned
play
it
them.
again.
They're really good. I think a lot of people didn't like those because of the stylus control, but it's just I was like, oh, this is so much easier than everything else. Just kind of flick it or like point it and it goes places. It worked out. Here's where it was. I got it for free. This is when IGN used to do. I got a DS for free because I did something cool at IGN. Someone's like, here, they're like, you get this thing for free, right? And then we used to get a game.
I replaced the toilet paper.
No, it was embezzlement or something, right?
It's possible I stole it because I did steal my PS4. But come at me, Pear. It's fucking been 10 years. No, I remember we used to get a game of the month, and this was when the DS like. I don't know if it was big or not. Maybe it was right when it happened. It was the new thing, or there was another one coming out, and maybe it was the DS Lite was coming out. And I was like, I'll just take the DS. I don't give a shit if it's a fucking gram light or whatever. But we used to get free games every month, and I was like, Fran, what's a good game to play on this DS? I got a trip to Japan, and he was like, you should play Phantom Hourglass. Have you played like new Super Mario Brothers? And I was like, yeah, I played that.
I was it's not what he said.
No, I was like...
That's not how he sounded.
No, that's...
Oh, I apologize. He's like, well, what have you played? Wait, let's go back to... Wait, what's the first game you ever played? I'll tell you. Was it Mario Brothers? I bet it was Mario Brothers. Let's go with Mario Brothers. Like, having a whole conversation. I just leave the room.
Did you know Nintendo used to be a board game company?
They're based out of Japan. Kyoto, to be sure. I've been there a couple times. No, it was like, new Super Mario Bros. Is great. So I think I got that my first month, and then the next month he was like, you should try Phantom Hourglass. And I was like, cool. And I played it, and I did not like it. And then a year later, I was like, oh, I'll pick it up again. And I fucking fell in love with it. It was like as Spirit Tracks was coming out like 2 or 3 years later or something like that. I was like, oh, I'll try this one. And it was great.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've liked the handheld Zelda experience. I don't know why.
Yeah.
No idea.
Speaking of Zelda, this is like totally off track, but I mean, it's still Zelda. But now just sounds like a game cast. But Kaden made a video for Inside Gaming recently about like, she put it up like 2 days ago about the history of Zelda and like more specifically the Oracle games.
Right? Oh,
no, shit. The Oracle games.
Oh, cool. Hey, I've been thinking a lot about those recently.
It was fucking dope. Yeah, it's like 25 minutes or something like that. Just talking about like how Capcom was like, yeah, we could make we can shit out these games really really fast, Nintendo. Like let's just make this trilogy of them. This trilogy of games, and like it was really cool. It was a fucking awesome video.
Capcom made a Zelda game. Made 2 Zelda games.
Yeah. Were they good?
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah. Really fun.
I love them, man.
I'll wait for them to get remade 10 years from now.
That's what I'm hoping for, man.
I really hope they remake it.
In the style of Link's Awakening.
Yeah. I'm just so saddened by the fact that like I let my 1 5-minute experience with Ocarina of Time like put me off from that game. I think I played it for 5 seconds at like not an EB Games, or EB Games, I think was what it was. You know, the stands, and I was like, I don't understand how these controls work. I don't like this.
Yeah.
And then I think I had another friend that had it. I was like, I don't like that game. I just, when you're a kid, if you didn't like something, you're just like, I'm never going to like that again.
Yeah.
And I look back, I'm like, fuck, man. I should have those games could have been great. I could have had a lot of fun playing those.
One day they'll remake it or they'll do something again for you to play it on Switch. And
I'll play it.
You might have some.
I'll play it when it comes out.
Until then, this has been the Kind of Funny podcast.
It has indeed. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support this show, you can do it a lot of different ways. One, you can just subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, make sure all of our words go straight into your ears. If you want to leave a comment in the comments below, let us know what some of your earlier memories of games that you like now but you didn't like then are. And also subscribe to Gamescast, because that's a great show.
Let us know if you've had boom boom sticks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you stuck a boom boom stick anywhere in any orifice, let us know how that went. If you want to be the hardest of the hardcore, the people who are going to get the post show after this, go over to patreon.com/kindoffunny and throw us a couple dollars over there, and you can hear what we talk about next. Here's a topic for you guys. When's the last time you went outside pantsless?